Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to deal the last topic of second unit of strategic management in MBA semester 4, that is selection of the matrix. Okay, this is a very important unit. In this, what we are going to deal in this topic, we are going to know that how could the managers, how could the strategist will select the matrices. There are various types of matrices we have earlier studied in this unit only, that there are various types of matrices like TOAS matrix, SWOT matrix, ETOP, as well as we have studied about BCG matrix, GE 9 cell model, Porter's model. These are what there are various types of matrices which we have read till yet. Okay, and how there are, but each and every matrices are not being used at a time. Each and every problems do have their own matrices. So it should be very much necessary for a strategist, for a manager, to know that how could they apply, how could they use the matrices, and which kind of matrices they can use according to the problems, according to the situations which comes up, which comes in the market or which comes in the company or organization. Okay, so here we are going to learn about those selection, that how we are going to select that. Okay, so each matrix has its own strength and weaknesses. Exactly, every matrix is having its own strength and weaknesses. Selection of best matrix for solving or formulating the company's strategy is a tough task with the strategist. It requires the following steps. It requires what? We have to consider few of the following steps on the basis of which we are going to select the matrices. Okay, the very first point on the basis of which we are going to select the matrices is what? Is about comparing industry attractiveness. We have to compare the industry attractiveness, that how attractive the industry is. So industry attractiveness can be judged from three perspectives. There are three perspectives on the basis of which we are going to consider. We are going to look upon the industry attractiveness. Okay, so the very first perspective is what? The attractiveness of each industry represented in the portfolio. Each and every portfolio is being indicates the attractiveness of each industry. The portfolio means what? The documents, the portfolio, the entire briefing of the organization or the industry describes its attractiveness, that at what field the industry is being attracted, what kind of raw materials, what kind of management techniques, what kind of managerial skills, what kind of technical know-how, what kind of customers they are targeting. All those things, the attractiveness of the industry are being judged to find the company in the industry, whether the industry is good or not. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to look upon the attractiveness of the industry, that what kind of goods or services they are going to provide and in which fields the company is being attracted. The very next part of industry attractiveness is what? Each industry attractiveness is relative to the others. Exactly, each and every industry attractiveness part is relative to the other part. How? If the allocation of resources will become easy by ranking the industries from the most attractive to the least attractive. On that basis, we can allocate the resources of the industry from top to bottom, that at what rate the industries would allocate their resources, at what pace they are going to allocate their resources. It is being only done when we just come to know about the attractiveness of the industries. And the third perspective is what? The attractiveness of all industries as a group. We have to look upon all the industries in the form of a group. Okay, so these are the three different perspectives on the basis of which we are going to look upon the industry attractiveness. Okay, one thing more in this part, that all the industries represented in the business portfolio should be judged on the following attractive factors. So here we are going to look upon what are those factors on the basis of which we are going to judge the industry attractiveness related to the business portfolio. Okay, the very first is market size and projected growth rate. Exactly, the very first part is what? Market size. We have to look upon that what market size does the industry is having and what projected growth rate does each and industry is having. Okay, the next is the intensity of competition, that at what level the competition is going on and what is the degree of competition in the market, how are the competitors are there and how the competitors attractiveness would be there. The third is technological and production skills required, that what kind of technological and production skills are being required. The fourth is capital requirements, that what kind of capital is being required for doing that. And last, seasonal and cyclical factors, that there are various seasonal and cyclical factors, that at various seasons every festivals do have their own products and services, every season do have their own products and services, and every cyclical there is a kind of cyclical responses in the market. So we have to consider all these factors while defining the industry attractiveness. The industry attractiveness, the first part is what about related to the comparing industry attractiveness. The second part is what, while we judge, we come to know that on the basis of this industry attractiveness, we come to know that what kind of matrices we are going to use. Okay, the next very important part, the point on the basis of which we are going to select the matrices is comparing business unit strength. Okay, if we talk about comparing business unit strength, then what are those? We have to look upon appraising each business unit's strength and competitive position in its industry helps managers to judge a business unit chance for success in its industry. Exactly, it means that business unit's strength, if the managers, if the company is going to appraise the business unit's strength, then only they can just look upon the competitive positions they are going to make an edge or judge a business unit on the basis of their success in the industry. Okay, assessment of how a company's business compares in competitive strength should be based on the following factors. How we are going to do it is being done on the following factors. The first is relative market share, that what is the relative market share and how we are going to what is the relativity of our market share. The second one is the ability to compare on price or quality. We have to be able to compete on price or quality. The third is technology and innovation capability. The third part is what related to the technology and innovation part, that what kind of technology the industry is using and how many innovations they have developed. Okay, as well as the next is how well the business unit's skill and competencies match industry key success factors, that every industry do have their key success factors. So how could the business industry strength, business unit skills or strength will define or will match the industry key success areas. Okay, the next is what profitability related to competitors, that what kind of profitability we are gaining with respect to our competitors. Okay, other factors like knowledge about customers and markets, production capabilities, marketing skills, reputations, and brand awareness and efficiency of management, that how efficient our management is. All these factors would be considered when we are going to compare business unit strength. So at this stage, if we come to know, if a manager knows that they have to calculate, they have to find out the relative market share, ability to compete on price or quality, technology and innovation capability, business strength, profitability, production capabilities, marketing skills, reputation, brand, efficiency of management, then at that time what kind of matrix they used to choose? They choose the matrix that is known as TWAS matrix, TWOS matrix, which we have studied earlier. Okay, so this is what our second very important factor on the basis of which the selection of the matrices is being done. The third important part is what? Comparing business unit performance. We have to compare the business unit performance also, that what kind of business unit performance we are giving. After the business have been rated based on industry attractiveness and competitive strengths, the business should be evaluated to know their performance prospects ranging from the best to the worst. the factors that should be considered in this respect are, सही बात है. अब ये क्या हो गया, in this what we are going to look upon, we have to compare the business unit, we have to compare the business unit performance, that how the business units are performing in the market, and this should be considered on the basis of some factors. These are sales growth. With the help of sales growth we are going to calculate that. We are, with the help of profit growth, with the help of contribution to corporate earnings, that what is the contribution of corporate earnings, rate of return on the capital employed, that what is the rate of return which on the capital which we have employed, okay, as well as cash flow generation, that what is the cash flow generation ratio. On the basis of these we are going to compare the business unit performance, and for this we are going to select the matrices. Okay, so the next is what, strategic fit analysis. Now we have to know that what does strategic fit means. The strategic fit analysis studies how well each business unit fits into the company's overall portfolio of business. It means that it is a very important part, that it shows that how the business units, there are various business units of a corporate sector, and how could those business units would be fitted on the company's business overall portfolio, where we are going to put that companies on the overall business portfolio. This is known as what, strategic fit analysis. This can be analyzed from two perspectives. And now this fit analysis is being considered on the basis of two perspectives. The first one, whether a business unit has valued strategic fit with other businesses the firm has diversified into. Okay, the first one is what, whether a business unit has valued strategic fit with each businesses the firm has diversified into. जो भी whatever the firm has diversified their field, their sectors, whether the business unit is being fitted on that, its value strategies is going to be fit on that or not. Okay, and the next perspective is what, whether a business unit meshes well with corporate strategy or adds a beneficial diversion to the corporate portfolio. It means that they have to be the complications. Here the meshes means what, the complications which is being generated in the business unit, these complications are being solved by the corporate strategies or which is being made by the companies on the basis of corporate portfolio. Okay, so these are what, two perspectives on the basis of which we are going to look upon the strategic fit analysis. And the last one is what, formulating a corporate strategy. We are going to formulate the corporate strategist should move to formulate a strategy to improve the performance of a diversified company. Okay, every time any of the strategists, their work is what, to formulate a strategy to improve the performance of a diversified company. This is based on the overall mix of business in the portfolio. This is based on what, overall mix of businesses in the portfolio. Key consideration in this regards include, what are those key considerations while formulating a corporate strategy is what, number one, does the portfolio contain enough business in the attractive business in the industry or not, whether the portfolio is enough for the business attractiveness or not. First of all we have to find that. Second, what, how many businesses are question marks, then how many business are question mark. We have studied about the question mark in the BCG matrix, about question mark we have to look upon that at what are those who comes in the question mark strategies. What is the proportion of mature businesses in the portfolio, then how many mature businesses are there in the business portfolio. Next, does the portfolio contain enough cash cows to finance the stars and emerging winners. This is totally based on BCG matrix. Okay, does the core businesses of the company earn enough profits. उसके बाद फिर seasonality and cyclical factors and area, there are too many weak portfolios, area where there are many weak portfolios. This is being considered while looking upon the GE 9 cell matrix. Okay, and last one is what, does the new corporate strategy improve the overall performance of the company, whether they are going to improve these portfolio will going to improve the business or not, overall performance of the company or not. So this is what, students, this is all about the selection of the matrix, that how does a manager would select the matrix. While considering these 5 points, any of the manager can discuss, can consider the and while focusing on these points, they will come to a conclusion that what kind of matrices would be selected to solve the problem of the company. Okay, friends, thank you.